morning, everyone. How are you this bright, well, not real bright yet, but the sun's coming out, right? Yes. All right. Good morning, everyone. I'm Kim Kick, Executive Director of the American Numismatic Association. It is a pleasure to welcome all of you to our National Money Show here in Atlanta. This event marks our 13th time here in Atlanta, and we're delighted to be back. The National Money Show has something for everyone. Near the bourse, there's the collector exhibits for you to enjoy, where experts have put together some educational, historical opportunity of numismatics for you to look at. Also, they have ties to the state of Georgia, which many of you local Georgians will really enjoy. The Aurora collection of Dahlonega Mint Gold, a spectacular complete collection of coins from the mint, including all denominations, dates, and varieties. This collection took over 21 years to complete. That would be located in our Money Museum showcase area. And be sure to see the Georgia colonial notes from the Radford Stearns collection. Past A&A Governor Radford Stearns was an avid collector of Georgia-related coins and paper currency. This display features a selection of his impressive collection of Georgia colonial notes. Also, the A&A has offered the finest numismatic education in the hobby for more than a century, and our Atlanta show continues that tradition. There are unique one-hour programs in the Money Talks area that in room 115 that you will really enjoy. They're about an hour long and very interesting. We also have our A&A Legacy series, which acquaints collectors with the legends, heroes, and icons of numismatics and celebrates their lives and contributions. This year, Bill Fiva, author of Cherry Picker's Guide to Rare Die Varieties of United States Coins, has graciously agreed to be part of this series. His interview will take place today in room 105 at 6 p.m. A highlight of every National Money Show is the live auction. Kagan's, our official auctioneer here at the National Money Show, will conduct 3 auction sessions during the show, featuring a diverse collection of popular materials. In order to put a convention together like this, it's necessary to have support of people who care. The A&A is fortunate to have the support of numerous volunteers and organizations in order to make this possible. I would especially like to recognize our host club, the Georgia Numismatic Association, and the Metropolitan Coin Club of Atlanta. Our hardworking National Money Show committees include George Isom, host chair. Thank you. I'm sorry, Greg. Greg. Tom Youngblood, co-host chair. Bruce Breedlove, ambassador. Bruce. Marv Dudek, speakers Money Talks. Is he here? Okay. Mark Kazanovich, pages. He's probably on the floor, okay. Mac Martin, collector exhibits, also on the floor. And Ralph Winter, YN Workshop. And Greg, thank you for forgiving me. Let's give our clubs and all the volunteers a round of applause. And now I'd like to turn the program over to A&A President Steve Ellsworth.
They write this out for me because they don't want me to go off script, so I'll be very careful. I'd like to be, it's an honor to be here today, represent the A&A and our 25,000 members and our 460 worldwide clubs. And this is our National Money Show, and it's just a wonderful place to be here in Atlanta, and we're great fans of this. I'd like to also introduce our other board of members besides myself. Vice President Ralph Ross, raise your hand there. Governor Mike Ellis, he's here. And a Georgian. Now, you went to school here in Georgia, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Now, that University of Georgia, is that a 4-year? Junior college. No. That's right. For the smart ones, it's 4 years. Governor Emory, Muriel. Governor Lyon, is Greg here? Where's Greg? I don't see Greg. Governor Mishler, Cliff. Governor Montgomery can't be here. He had a death in the family, so he's at a funeral. Governor Schmidt, is she here? No, she's not here. I would like to acknowledge the former ANA board members and past president. If you could raise your hand. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Great. Great job, guys. You left a great legacy for us to try to live up to. And now I'd like to introduce the director of the United States Mint, David Ryer, good friend. It's all yours, David.
Thanks, Steve. I always enjoy coming to the ANA conventions. It's always a pleasure to get out of Washington and come down where all our customers are, and it's always a pleasure to be here. And also Gary Atkins. Gary's, I think, here someplace, an old friend. This morning I met a young gentleman who I knew quite well back in the day when I was Mint Director number 34, 35, 40 years ago. But Ken Persett is 91 years young and is still walking the halls of the ANA convention. Ken and I go back a long ways. I came by, I was at Steve's booth, and he walked by and says, "Wait a minute, I know this guy." But an old friend and a good friend of the numismatic community. A few days ago, I was in Philadelphia. I've been doing a lot of traveling: Berlin, American Samoa, Carson City, Nevada, Philadelphia, quite a number of different places. But Tuesday, I was in Philadelphia introducing the Basketball Hall of Fame new commemorative coin, the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. Dr. J was there, Julius Erving, Mrs. Swoops, fantastic basketball player. But these coins are quite the product. For the first time ever, the U.S. Mint, to some people's appreciation, some people may not like it, but we're doing colorized coins. We're going to do 75,000 1-ounce silver curved coins that actually look very attractive. And then 75,000 of the clad coins that are also colorized. I showed them in Philadelphia. They're going to be released later this year, not during the April launch of the program, but later this year. But they're very attractive. We got a lot of positive feedback from those colorized coins. Another program that is not a program that was commissioned by Congress, and because they didn't do it, I wanted to do it, and it's the commemoration of Victory 75, World War II, where almost 406,000 Americans lost their life. And I thought it was a very good idea to commemorate that. And so we're going to be introducing shortly some new coins signifying or celebrating World War II, the end of World War II. One of the interesting things about this, I was talking to Ken about the fact I ride my bike back and forth to work in Washington every day. And on that particular morning, we were talking about putting on the new W quarter from West Point to put a privy mark on the W quarter. And I thought what a great way to do is to put a privy mark, to add something special for the collectors. But as I was riding my bike to work, I passed the Lincoln Memorial that morning, and then passed the World War II Memorial, which is down at the midway between the Lincoln Memorial and the Washington Monument. And there, standing in front of me, was the best privy mark that I could imagine. It was a rainbow pool of the World War II monument. So when you get your W quarters, it has a very distinctive outline of the World War II rainbow pool. It took us about 3 or 4 months to negotiate with the Park Service to get that done, but they gave us full rights to that. And in the quarters that you'll be getting in the W quarter program, we'll have a privy mark on the left side. It's got Victory 75 with the outline of the rainbow pool. Very cool project for us. There's a number of other programs. I'd like to get into all the different things that we're doing. Today at the booth at noon, we're releasing the 2020 proof set that has the W mint mark and the W on the Jefferson nickel. That's pretty cool. I think hopefully that'll bump up a little bit of our sales on the proof set. But it's a beautiful nickel, and it's got a little extra special W mint mark. And hopefully next year, I'm running out of new products to put a W mint mark, but I'll keep trying. And then there's one more thing that I know is near and dear to a lot of people's heart, but the Morgan. I'll give you an update on the Morgan and the peace dollar. Tom Urim and Mike Moran tried to introduce commemorative coin legislation that didn't get very far to do a commemorative coin of the Morgan, and that didn't go well. Congress didn't pay much attention to it. So we've, in the last several months, we've been helping write legislation that Congressman Amodai from Nevada and Congressman Andy Barr from Kentucky are soon going to be introducing legislation. It's now going to be in the hands of Congress, but get it legislated, and hopefully, knock on wood, hopefully, because I'm a huge supporter of trying to get this thing done. I've done all I can do to try to get this done, but now it's going to be in the hands of Congress, and hopefully by the end of this Congress, we'll have the ability for the United States Mint to start minting the Morgan, and I don't want to give away all the secrets. First, it has to get passed, which is a huge hurdle, a gigantic hurdle. But I think we're going to get some support. So I urge everybody, if you want to contact your congressmen and senators, if we want to get this thing done, it's now in the hands of Congress. But the Mint's fully behind it, and hopefully it will get passed. And we've got some interesting concepts for that should it get passed. But we're ready to go on that program. So with that, Steve, I will leave all the other secrets to yet to be announced, and then give the mic back to you. But thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I think I'm going to be signing the new 2020 proofs back at around 1 o'clock at the Mint booth. If anybody wants maybe that and a cup of coffee won't get you very far, but I'll be signing my signature back there if you want it. Thanks very much.
Governor Garrett, I neglected to mention you. Would you raise your hand? Mary Lynn does a great job. She runs our development committee, which is a very, very important committee to us for our future of the hobby and so forth. And I apologize. I skipped right over when I went over there. I didn't mean to do that. My apologies. Putting on a show of this caliber takes a team of committed people, and our ANA headquarters staff has done a fabulous job on this. And so I'd like to give the ANA staff and Kim, under your direction, a big hand of applause. You know, this sort of thing is more than just a coin show. A lot of us do coin shows continually, but this is a convention, and there's so much more here to enjoy for the dealers and the collectors that we think it's a real plus to the hobby. And so please take advantage of all the things we have here. I'd like to recognize our host, Chair Greg, and present him with a Goodfellow medal, if you could come forward. And
very much.
You get to hold this,
Okay.
and I get to bestow this upon you.
Oh, very nice. Thank you very much.
It is a Goodfellow medal, and congratulations.
Much appreciated. Thank you very much.
Good job, Greg. Thank you. I'm also like to present the Lewis Warner Host Club plaque and the Georgia Numismatic Association, Metropolitan Coin Club of Atlanta, with great appreciation, helped plan this convention. Could both of you come up here, represent from each of the clubs? Don't know which is which, but it won't matter. You can get them. How's that? Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Tom Youngblood, thanks again. And now what you've all been waiting for, to get into the bourse and look at some of the great coins, meet some of the great dealers, look at the exhibits and so forth. Can I get all the governors, including Governor Garrett, to come up here, please?